Hi, this is Ravi Kiran. I'm working as a Microsoft Dynamics X technical consultant. So, in this video, I'm going to explain you about Microsoft Dynamics X ERP product. So, purely this is a technical demonstration. In this demonstration, I'm going to explain you about what is an ERP product, okay, and what exactly the Microsoft Dynamics X ERP product, and I'm going to explain you about what are all the prerequisites to learning of this Microsoft Dynamics X digital product, and regarding the technical discussion, as well as what are all the challenges we are going to face. So in our technical as a technical consultant, and the scope of learning of Microsoft Dynamics AX product and sequence, and also I'm going to discuss you about the pattern. So let me introduce about the Microsoft Dynamics AX product. So these are all the versions. Okay, so the listed out the versions of Microsoft Dynamics AX is completely. So the first version of Microsoft Dynamics AX is Accepta 3.0. Okay, after then the formally the naming convention has changed to AX. The for short form of Accepta called as a AX. Okay, there is no definition of AX in government AX part. Okay, AX 4.0, after then AX 2009, and after then they have released the Microsoft has AX 2012 product, and right now in the industries are using Microsoft Dynamics AX 2012 R2 product. So these are all the versions when it comes to the Dynamics AX 2012 product. Right now industries are using AX 2012 R2 product. Okay, this product has released in 2012, and when it comes to the top of 5 ERP products in the market is like Epicor. Epicor is also a vendor. Epicor having 20,000 customers throughout world, N4, Microsoft, Oracle, SAP. So these are all the ERP leaders in the market. So if you see the top of 5 ERP products in the market, only the Microsoft having 83,000 customers existed throughout world. So if you want more clarification, you can go to this site and you can check it, www.erpsoftware360.com. So you can go and search about the top of 5 ERP products in the market. Only the Microsoft having 83,000 customers, and moreover, the Microsoft having four ERP products we have. So these are all the four ERP products of Microsoft. Microsoft having Microsoft Dynamics AX, Microsoft Dynamics GP, Microsoft Dynamics Navision, Microsoft Dynamics Cinema. So these four are belongs to the Microsoft vendor. Among these four Microsoft ERPs, only the Microsoft Dynamics AX is the leading product in the market. That means only right now many more clients are showing interest to take the Microsoft Dynamics, and nowadays more clients are using Microsoft Dynamics AX only. So remaining products are little bit somewhat outdated. No one client, okay, no one is showing interest to take Microsoft Dynamics Navision or GP or SL. So the more scope is for only for Microsoft Dynamics X only. And recently they have released Microsoft Dynamics 2012 R3 also, okay, few months back. Okay, and the similarly 2012 R2 and 2012 R3 similarly equal, but a few things are changed when it comes to 2012 R3 product. So these are all the introduction part of versions and Microsoft ERPs. When it comes to the demonstration, okay, what is exactly an ERP product? So when it comes to the ERP product, so ERP basically designed to meet the specific business management needs. That means suppose we have an organization to maintain the financial data, the project, supply chain management, and all everything I need to maintain in my system very efficiently. So only the ERP helps you to automate financial project and supply chain management, and it is an ideal for small and mid-sized companies that needs to integrate with other systems and serve the customer better. Okay, when it comes to the Microsoft Dynamics AX, so what exactly the Microsoft Dynamics? So Microsoft Dynamics is a live integrated adaptable business management solution, and that enables you and also your people to make business decisions with greater confidence. That means um, we should have a clear picturization of a business process. Okay, if um, any company is running the one systematical procedure, that systematical procedure we can able to maintain in our system very efficiently. Means so many functionalities are included in a business. Okay, not only a single processor, lot of business processor will be including in a business sector. So we need to automate everything like from customer, vendor, banking transactions, HR data, financial data, sales and marketing, like everything we need to automate. So to automate this kind of a business process, we require a ERP software. Only the ERP software will accommodate or will automate that kind of process. Normal software doesn't support this kind of automation process. Okay, when it comes to the Microsoft Dynamics 8, so which industries are using widely this product? This product is widely using in the financial sector. Okay, suppose we have a company, so that company, in that company we have a lot of financial transactions will be there. In financial transactions in the sense, okay, planning, managing the financial resources and everything like financial data and the cash flow transactions, everything relevant to the sorry, everything related to the financial information, like everything. Suppose if you want to solve the business process of the financial wise, okay, I need to integrate the financial data into my system. Why? Because every day I need to track the data, and every day I need to integrate with other systems. Okay, so that requires the integrated environment solution. So this Microsoft Dynamics is suitable for financial management system, and also this product is very much suitable for to maintain the human resource management data. Like suppose in my company I have a lot of information regarding the employees part. So okay, for hiring to firing of an employee, I need to track everything relevant to the employee, like loans, leaves, salary structure, grades, and everything I need to capture in my system. Okay, without their data, I cannot maintain my employees information very efficiently. At the end of the year, I need to calculate the salaries, salary parts, and everything I need to maintain in my system. So that is the reason. Okay, our Dynamics AX product has a well efficient functionalities regarding the human capital management information. And also this product is widely used in the area of manufacturing side. So manufacturing industry is also widely using this product. So this product is very much flexible at in the side of manufacturing, like easy to maintain the stock information and delivery of the stock, on hand stock, okay, and goods, everything relevant to the stock information, like. So that is comes under the manufacturing, and also supply chain management. Supply chain management included like a customer, vendor, and inventory management information. So this supply chain management included the totally customer information. Okay, like so whole customer information we can able to maintain in the customer module. Okay, and also the vendor module. Vendor module is well efficient to maintain the uh, vendor information, and also supply chain manage in the supply chain management, the inventory management is also included. Okay, so this product is well efficient for to maintain the supply chain management information. So when it comes to the project and accounting sector, so this product is also very much suitable for maintaining the project information and also accounting side. This is mostly like see here, materials, business resources, services, dependencies, like goals of a company, and to maintain the project information. Everything we can able to maintain um, in the AX environment. And also this product is very much suitable for retail industries, like to store the retail sector information, like Big Bazaar information, Big Bazaar, Reliance Fresh, Walmarts, supermarkets. So we can able to maintain the whole information about retail in the Dynamics AX product. And also the well efficient feature of Microsoft Dynamics is business intelligence and reporting side. In 2009 product, we don't have any integrated solution for reporting. Like in this 2012 product, we have a well established um, reporting services we have, that is called SSRS reports. 2012 product, we have a integrated solution of SSRS reporting sector. Okay, we can able to generate the reports, business intelligence, like SSRS reporting uh, uh, tool. By using SSRS report tool, we can able to generate the report. So this is what about the Microsoft Dynamics AX product. Okay, and when it comes to the what exactly an ERP, Microsoft Dynamics AX is completely ERP product. So what exactly an ERP? So ERP is a already I have discussed you about ERP product. ERP basically designed for to solve the business management needs, and ERP helps you to automate the business process, like a financial data, project data, and also supply chain management. Okay, and also ERP can accommodate the whole information of any business process. Okay, when it comes to the ERP, the definition of ERP is enterprise resource planning. So what exactly enterprise, what exactly resource, and what exactly the planning? So when it comes to the resource, okay, enterprise, okay, I'm going to take a Reliance company example here. So if you take a Reliance company example, okay, so Reliance company having these many companies like Network, Reliance Fresh, Petrol, Trends, Digital, and Footwear. Let us assume that these are all the companies are relevant to the Reliance. So in this Reliance company, we have so many sub companies are existed. Actually, Reliance is a that Reliance company having these many sub companies. These sub companies we can call it as a legal entities in ERP terminology. Legal entities. So when it comes to the legal entities, so networking is a one legal entity, Reliance Fresh is a legal entity, Petrol is a legal entity. So everything is a legal entity here. So in every company, we have a business process. We have a dedicated business process. So business process in the sense, so the process of the whole industry, like okay, what exactly the company functionality? Okay, what exactly the company functionality is included, and what exactly the resources they are following. So for every company, customer is required. That means without a customer, we cannot run the business. So we need to maintain the customer information in our system, and also we need to maintain the vendor information. So without vendor also we cannot able to run the business successfully. Suppose if I am manufacturing something, I cannot manufacture everything from in my company. So I need to depend on any vendor, or the vendor will supply raw materials or service, whatever it may be. So that functionality will comes under the vendor. And also we have a banking and cash transactions, like so we need to maintain in our organization. So we have a like cash transactions will be there, bank transactions will be there, everything I need to maintain in my system. So that is the reason we have a banking and cash transactions will be there. So in the meanwhile, okay, and also we have a financial information will be there in every company. Okay, we should maintain the financial information. That means like a trial balance, ledgers and taxes, consolidation, everything we should maintain the in the system itself. Like, and also we have a HR relevant information. So HR data also very much required to maintain the to maintain the business process. And also we should maintain very efficiently related to the HR information in our system, like from hiring the employee to firing the employee. So we need to maintain everything in our system, like salaries, grades, projects, skills, leaves, loans, and personal skills, and everything we should maintain in our system. That means it is also one of the business process in the company. And also the inventory management. Okay, suppose if it is a manufacturing company, or if it is a service oriented industry, so we need to maintain the services as well as the inventory information in my system. So everything is comes under the functionality, that means resources. So previously we have discussed about the enterprise. That means one company is going to maintain in sub companies. One brand is going to maintain sub companies. That structure we can call it as a enterprise. And these are all the functionality. Okay, these functionalities we can call it as a resources in the company. And when it comes to the planning, okay, so how we are going to maintain the data in our system. That means we should maintain the data in a proper order. That means if we come to the networking company, these are all the resources are available. Okay, if it is come to the petroleum company, these are all the resources are available. So that means every company having the same resources. That means every company having the same functionality, but the data is different. Here we need to understand, in every company functionalities are same, but the data is different. Suppose when it comes to the customer information, I'm going to store my customer information in networking company. That means in networking company, networking related customers will be stored in the customer module. In the petroleum company customers will be stored in the petroleum company. In the footwear company, footwear related customers will be stored in the footwear company. That means functionalities are same, but data is going to be different. So if the functionalities are same, why cannot we do in a same software? Means, suppose if I want to maintain the total information in a system, okay, we need a user interface and we need a database. Without user interface or without a database, we cannot store the information in a proper order. Suppose I can maintain the whole information in Excel sheet also, but at the end of the year, if I want to go for the analysis part, or if I want to generate the reports part, I cannot able to do by using the Excel sheets. That is the reason ERP has introduced in the market. But these functionalities are not accommodated in the normal kind of software. Suppose, let us assume that before ERP generation, suppose if I want to store my networking company information, I want to develop a software to store that networking company information. And if I want to store my petroleum company information, I want to develop one more software. If I want to uh, maintain the footwear company information, I need to develop in another some X software. So if I have a n number of companies, I need to design and develop n number of softwares to maintain my whole information of the company. Why we cannot maintain in a single software? That means if we are going to maintain in different softwares, so the cost will be increased, and the development cost will be increased, and administration side also, it is somewhat it is very much risk process. Suppose if we have a n number of companies, we cannot able to develop n number of user interfaces and n number of databases. That requires that is comes under very risk part. And before this stories comes under like before ERP sector, before ERP generation. So basically, when the ERP has introduced in the market, so to overcome this kind of issues, only the ERP software will be suitable to maintain the data very efficiently. Suppose if I am not going to maintain my data in a proper order or in a efficient manner, at the end of the year I cannot get the results properly. Suppose if I want to estimate my business process, so I need relevant information and accurate information. So if the data is incorrect, I cannot get the results properly, and I cannot estimate my business process. That is the reason. ERP has introduced in the market. Only the ERP software will uh, maintain the data very efficiently according to the whole organization, not only the one company. By using ERP software, we can able to maintain the total information of of a single of a multiple companies at a time. How that is possible actually? Okay, but previously, if you want to develop, if you want to store the information of individually, we need to develop the softwares individually. That means we need to develop end user interfaces and end data. But whenever the ERP has introduced in the market, so we are going to maintain, and we are going to develop only one user interface, and one database is sufficient to maintain the whole information. How that is, how one user interface is possible, and one database is possible to maintain our dynamics or the whole information about the company. When it comes to the ERP product, so already we have taken an example of Reliance company. So Reliance company having these many companies, these many sub companies we have: networking company, Reliance Fresh company, petrol company, Trends, some X company, some Y company. Suppose if I am going to maintain my networking in the networking company, I'm going to maintain my employee information. So my employee information, I would like to store my employee ID and the employee name and address. So these three fields I'm going to store in my system. So I have developed a user interface to input the data, and I have developed a table to store the data. So let us assume that this one is the database table. So in this table, I'm going to maintain employee ID, employee name, and address. So if I open networking company, and if I store the data, that data will be stored in the name of data area ID field. So this data area ID field will store the company name. That means if you enter the records in petroleum company, the records will be stored in the name petroleum company data area ID. Okay, if you store the Trends company employee information, that will be stored in the company. So finally, we are going to save the data in a single table by using single user interface. Okay, by using single user interface and single database, we are going to store entire all the company information, but the data will be reflected based on the data area ID field. So this field is automatically generated by the system itself. We are not going to store, or we are not going to edit the data of data area ID field. This is completely system generated field. When you open the networking company, and if you are going to enter the customer record or employee record or vendor record, automatically in the back end, the data area ID, in the data area field, the company name will store automatically. Okay, so when it comes to the SQL server part, the data will be stored like this. Okay, I have not created n number of employee tables to store n number of companies data. I have created only one table and one user interface. Okay, by using single user interface, I will store my data. But when you store the data, automatically the data will be divided in the terms of data area field. But when it comes to the SQL server part, in the SQL server, the data will be stored like this. In the the whole information we can able to see in the SQL server. That means whenever you save the data, automatically one table will be generated in the backend SQL server. So in that table, the whole information will be saved here. So whenever you open the networking company from the SQL server, what are all the networking company data we have? So only those records we can able to see in the networking company. If you open the petroleum company, so according to the petroleum company information, the only two records will be fetch and it will show automatically in the front end. That means here no need to create n number of user interfaces and n number of databases. Why? Because the functionalities are same here. If the functionalities are same, why should I create n number of user interfaces and n number of databases? Suppose in future, if I want to customize this form or table, if I customize at one place in one company, that customization or development will be reflected in all the companies. No need to go individually for every company and no need to customize the same functionality in every company. If you develop at one place, that will be reflected in all the companies automatically, and also it will be updated in the SQL server also. So when it comes to the architecture part of the Microsoft Dynamics AX is three-tier architecture. Okay, this is completely a three-tier architecture. The three tiers are client tier, AOS tier, and database tier. So client is like a user interface. So this is completely called as a user interface. The client will store the information of the forms, tables, classes, reports, and everything we can able to see, and we can able to develop the forms and tables and the reports and everything we can able to develop in the client side. So the client will store information of the data, and so the major information like major forms and what are the feasible objects the client having to access in their environment. Basically client is like a user interface. AOS is the middle tier, and means AOS act as a engine between the client and the database. AOS is a engine, application object server. This application object server will act as a mediator between the client and the database. So basically this AOS will perform the business logic. Whatever the business logic we have in the AX technical development, that business logic will be processed by the AOS. Means whenever you are sending a request to the database, automatically via AOS will that request will be processed by the AOS. Okay, in the database, the tables, the core tables will be saved in the database. But here, the total development will be done in the client level only. But suppose if you create a table, you are going to create the table at client side, but the core table will be resided in the database. Okay, that means one underlying table will be created in the SQL server database. Basically whatever the request you are going to send from the client, that request first of all will come at place of AOS. The AOS will process your request first. If the request is processed by the AOS, automatically the AOS will send a request to the database. That means suppose if you are writing a select query to retrieve the data from the database, means if you are writing a select star from EMP table, that means you are going to retrieve the data from the database. Whenever you execute the same request at client side, automatically the request goes to the AOS level. AOS will process your query. Whenever the query has passed by the AOS, the AOS will resend a request to the database. Okay, the database will give the response to the AOS. Okay, according to the response received from the database, okay, again the AOS will respond to the client. So this is completely three-tier architecture. Our Microsoft Dynamics AX is completely three-tier architecture based. So let me introduce you our Microsoft Dynamics AX ERP product. So this version is completely Microsoft Dynamics AX. I have installed Microsoft Dynamics AX 2012 R2 product. So basically, this product cannot be installed in Windows 7 or Windows 8, Windows Vista, Linux, Ubuntu, Mac OS. Okay, only Microsoft Dynamics AX can be installed in Windows Server 2012 R2 or Windows Server OS 2008 R2. Only Server OS will be suitable for installing the Microsoft Dynamics AX 2012 product. 2009 we can able to install in 2003 server also. 2003 server OS also supported for 2009 product. But whenever the Microsoft has introduced the new version of Microsoft Dynamics X 2012, okay, that product is only suitable in the only that product will be installed in 2008 R2 server OS or 2012 R2 server OS. Right now I am using 2012 R2 server OS. Okay, let us come to the Microsoft Dynamics AX product. So this is about the core front end of Microsoft Dynamics AX product. Okay, so this is the navigation page. Okay, from this page, the client can access the forms, reports, and dialog box. Everything, whatever the development we have done in the backend, that forms or reports we can able to place in this front end only. This is the front end page actually. Okay, this front end page we can call it as a content pane. In this content pane, we have like common, inquiries, periodic, reports, setup. We have according to the functionality, whatever after developing the forms or reports, we can able to place in this 5 blocks. Okay, so previously we have discussed about the companies, right? Legal entities. That legal entities will be listed out here. These are all the legal entities like Reliance Networking Company, Reliance Fresh Company, Footwear Company, Trends Company. So that company names will be stored here. See here in the bracket we have a 3 letters or 4 letters. We have a code is there, right? So that is short form of the company, short code of the company. So this code will be stored in the database level in the field of data area ID. This short code will be stored in the table level. Okay, and when it comes to the functionalities, already we have discussed about the functionalities, right? Resources in the first part of the our introduction video, and so these are all the functionalities. When it comes to the functionalities, account payable, account receivables, general ledger, cost accounting, fixed assets, and also we have discussed about the cash and bank management. So these are all the modules: retail management, human resource management, inventory management. These are all the functionalities. Okay, these all functionalities are predefined functionalities. So whenever you have installed the Microsoft Dynamics AX product, automatically these functionalities are will come automatically. Okay, this is the standard product. I have not going to develop any. I have not developed anything. So these are all basic product. So Microsoft Dynamics AX is a predefined application. Okay, no need to develop from scratch onwards. Whenever you have installed in a machine, automatically we will get this kind of environment. Okay, we will get the basic standard product. Okay, if the client has purchased the Microsoft Dynamics AX product, okay, the functional people will analysis the business process of the client, and they will write the functional documents. According to the functional documents, the technical people will customize the existing AX product. That means whenever the client has purchased the Microsoft Dynamics X product, so the technical people will customize the product relevant to the core functionalities of the client. Okay, the functional people will set the gap, and they will write the functional documents. After receiving the functional documents to the technical people, the technical people will customize the existing AX. Okay, so these are all the this is about totally the content pane, and these are all the modules. We can call it as functionalities. And when it comes to the technical development, so if you open the window here, so there is a new development workspace is available. So if you open the new development workspace, there is a uh, one tree structure. We can call it as a AOT, application object tree. So in this application object tree, formally we are going to do the development here. This is only the area where we can develop or customize the existing application. Suppose if I want to customize my existing form or report or dialog box, okay, that object will be available here. Okay, before going to develop or customize any existing functionality, so we need to know the object names in the front end, and we should search the relevant object in the back end, and we can able to customize the relevant object. That means, suppose let me open one form, classroom groups. So this one is the classroom groups. Basically the forms will store the customer information, like the forms will store the totally the data of the relevant information. To store the data, basically we will use the forms. Okay, suppose if I want to develop this kind of form, okay, to develop this kind of form, basically we required technical knowledge like Marfex technology and X++ programming language, and also we need to know SQL server knowledge. To customize this form, suppose we have a classroom groups form is available. This is predefined form. I have not developed this one. So this is whenever you have installed the Microsoft Dynamics. Already I have told you we will have some predefined forms will be there. So suppose if you want to customize this form, customization means if you want to edit or if you want to add one more field in this form, like we have a group field is available, description is available. Suppose if I want to develop one more field called as a duration. If I want to develop a duration field here, okay, first of all, we should know about this form. Know about this form, okay, if you right click on the form anywhere, you will find an option of called personalize option. Okay, okay, let it be open. That means we have a chance to customize the existing functionality if you know the development. Okay, if you know the technical, if you are well knowledge in the technical side, we can able to customize the existing functionality. Okay, let me open. It is processing. So whatever the forms and whatever the objects you are seeing in the front end, the total objects will be available in the AOT. Okay, if the object is deleted from the AOT, that form or a report or a dialog box will not be available in the front end. Okay, first of all, we need to develop a form or report in the back end, means in the AOT. After developing the form in the AOT, we will deploy to the front-end application in the content pane. Okay, whenever you have finished, you have done with the development part of your object, so that object will be available in the front end. So then only we can able to deploy in the front end. Then client will access your form or report. See here, when I right click on the any field, you will find the personalize option. So if you click on the personalize option, okay, it will open a personalization window. In this window, you can able to see the information tab. In the information tab here, we have a form name, HRM course room group. So just remember the name of the form, HRM course room group. Just navigate to AOT. So in this AOT, basically we will have a set of objects to develop or customize the AX application. Okay. in this AOT is the AOT full form is application object tree. This application object is having a lot of objects. So data dictionary, macros, classes, forms, parts, data sets, SSRS reports, jobs, menus, menu items, and system documentation. We have a lot of objects. So every object has its own functionality. Basically, to develop or customize the existing application, we need to know at least 10 to 12 objects in AOT. Basically, like tables, maps, views, extended data types, base enums, classes, forms, parts, SSRS reports, queries, jobs, menus, menu items, and we should know about system documentation. If you know at least these objects, you can able to develop or you can able to customize the existing AX application. Already we have seen the form, right? So HRM room group. That form will be available in the forms. If you open the forms, HRM course room group. See here. Just right click on the form, just to open the form. See, the same form is going to open here also. That means after development, that form will be deployed to the front end. If you delete the form here, so that form will not be available here. That form will not be available here. That means, so whenever you have done the development, that form will be placed in the front end application. Okay, before going to development of anything, we should have a minimum knowledge on like okay, let me open a Word document. Okay, we should have a minimum knowledge on three things. Okay, minimum knowledge on like first of all, we need to have a knowledge on Marfex technology. Okay, Marfex technology. Okay, Marfex is an completely IDE. IDE means integrated development environment. So by using IDE, we can able to customize the AX application user interface. Means suppose if you want to develop or if you want to customize the application like previously we have discussed to add one more field in the classroom groups form, right? A duration field. So if you want to add that kind of field in your existing form, or if you want to customize your existing form, or if you want to develop a new form, so we need have a knowledge on the Marfex. Okay, Marfex is completely drag and drop kind of thing. No need to write a code, or no need to write a piece of code to generate the forms or to create the fields in the existing application. So completely it's a drag and drop kind of thing. Okay, this is completely integrated development environment, like a Visual Studio. So basically the Visual Studio will be useful for developing the forms and developing the reports basically. So this is also in the AX environment also we have a dedicated Marfex technologies available. That means previously we have a right click on the form, right? Okay, suppose if I want to create a table, if you right click on the table, you will have an option to create a new table here. That means this functionality we can call it as a Marfex. But in any other technology, suppose if I want to create a table, okay, we need to write a piece of code, create a table name, that kind of thing. But here we don't have any coding part. Completely, if you right click on the any object, you will have a feasibility to create object by using the mouse. So this kind of development or this kind of environment we can call it as a Marfex. Okay, and to customize any existing functionality to design the form or to design the report or to design the dialog box, anything done by the Marfex technology only without writing any piece of code, completely drag and drop kind of thing. And also the major thing we need to learn X++ programming language. So X++ is similarly to the C++, like it's a like a OOPS concept, like classes, objects, polymorphism, single level inheritance, overriding. So these many concepts are included in the X++ programming language. So by using X++ programming language, we will write a piece of code to customize existing functionality or existing to develop a new functionality. Let us suppose um, okay, how we are going to use X++ programming language. Okay, let me open the classrooms, or okay, let us open the course types, classroom groups. So in this classroom group form, I'm going to add a field called duration. So in this duration, the duration should not be minus values, right? Anyway, that duration should not be minus values. So to achieve that kind of functionality, we need to write a piece of code in the back end. That means to develop a field here, marfx is required. To validate this field, X++ programming is required. Okay, a simple, okay, this language is very simple when it comes to the C++, like if condition, if else, while loop, switch case, and everything we have. Like, and this X++ will support, will not support multi-level inheritance, overloading concept. Basically, classes, objects, polymorphism, single level inheritance, like overriding. These many concepts will be supported by the X++ programming language. And also the third issue, the third important point we need to learn called SQL queries. SQL queries, like simple statements, like no need to learn the triggers, cursors and all. So we need to go through the basic SQL queries, like select statements, like group by, order by, aggregate functions. Like we need to learn a few concepts in the SQL server also. But how these SQL server knowledge is required? Where exactly these SQL server knowledge is required? Like suppose I have a form called classroom groups. Suppose if I want to retrieve the data from this table, okay, but you are seeing the form, right? But in this form, we have a table in the back end. To retrieve the data from the back end, we need to write a select query. Okay, if you write a select query, automatically the select query will retrieve the data from the database itself. That means SQL server knowledge is also required, little bit. Okay, no need to learn vast in the SQL server. A little bit SQL server knowledge is also required. So these are all the prerequisites to learn the Microsoft Dynamics AX product. And so this is about totally introduction to the AOT. AOT is a development area. So whenever you have developed a form or a report, so you will deploy the form or report in the front-end application. So the front-end application will be resided here in the menus. These are all the modules names. Modules: account payable, account receivables, fixed assets, general ledger. These modules will be listed in the menus node in the AOT. Okay, these modules will be listed in the menus node. So after development, you should place the form or report in the appropriate module in the appropriate location. Automatically, the form or report can be able to see in the front end application. Okay, then client will access your newly developed form, and so the total development will be done in the AOT only, but except SSRS reports. SSRS reports will be developed in the Visual Studio. Okay, the whole development except SSRS reports will be developed in the AOT. Okay, only the SSRS reports will be developed in the Visual Studio. Okay, how we are going to develop the reports in Visual Studio? Okay, let me open the Visual Studio. In this Visual Studio, we will have a application explorer will be there. Application explorer. So this application explorer having total AOT. This application explorer having total AOT. That means whatever the AOT we have in the AX environment, that AOT will be that AOT we can able to see here. Okay, let it be refreshed. See here. So if you see the view tab, there is a application explorer is there. So this application explorer will automatically add when you integrate the Visual Studio with AX environment. Okay, how that is possible? Okay, how this AOT, the AX AOT will be reflected here. That means how we are going to integrate the AX environment with SQL Server with Visual Studio. So whenever you are going to install the Microsoft Dynamics AX product, okay, let me open the setup file. So this is a setup file of Microsoft Dynamics AX 2012 R2. Okay, and add or modify components. Just select the next button. See here, these are all the components which are which are useful for installing the Microsoft Dynamics AX complete application. So whenever you are installing the Microsoft Dynamics AX application, see here, there is a in the developer tools we have a Visual Studio tools is available. Okay, if you select this Visual Studio and if you install the Visual Studio in AX application, automatically the AOT will be reflected in your Visual Studio. Okay, in the Visual Studio we have a lot of objects are there, like the total AOT is going to be reflected as a application explorer in the form of application explorer. But here we are going to see all the objects available in the AX AOT, but we cannot able to edit everything here except SSRS reports. Suppose if I want to modify the table, just let me expand the table node here. Okay, if you right click on the table node, see here, only refresh and properties option are enabled. Remaining options like edit, add to project, rename, delete, these options are disabled. That means you are not going to do, okay, you will not do anything on the table level, or not only table, you cannot able to do anything except SSRS reports. If you expand the reports, if you right click on the any existing report, see here, edit, refresh, duplicate, rename, delete, properties, everything are okay, they are all enable properties. That means if you want to edit your SSRS report, we can able to do it in here. Okay, okay, let me come to the AOT. Suppose if I want to create a table here, if I right click here, I can have a feasibility to create a new table. But if you right click on the SSRS reports, see, there is no new report option here. That means you cannot able to create your SSRS report here. Okay, only in Visual Studio we have a option to create report. See here. Okay, that means except SSRS reports, we cannot able to develop a new object, or we cannot able to customize the existing objects in the application explorer. Only the SSRS reports. Whenever you have finished SSRS reports, then we will deploy to the application explorer. Whenever the object is deployed to the application explorer, that object will be available in the AOT also. So after then we can able to access your report from the AX application. So this is what about total development of tables, forms and everything. Okay, let me introduce about a few forms. Okay, let me open the human resource management. employee form. So this is master form. This master form we can able to store the employee information. Okay, so the master forms will be look like this. So this one is completely called as a action pane. In this action pane, we will have a action pane tabs. Okay, in this action pane, the action pane tabs contains major button controls. These are all the button controls. Suppose if you want to develop any button control, so this is only the area where we can develop the button controls. And the grid control, this one is the grid control. Grid control will store the information about the particular functionality. And all worker loans, worker skills, tax registration, tax information, everything, these are all called as a info parts. Okay, and see here the data is here in the bottom side of the grid control. Okay, and this one we can call it as a preview pane. Okay, so formally one master form contains action pane, grid control, info parts, and preview pane. Okay, in our training program you will see all the issues like we can able to develop this kind of forms also. Okay, and let me open one more type of form. In setup parameters, we have a human resource parameters. Basically these forms this form will store the parameter information, parameters, and like setups. So this is also one kind of format template. These are all tab pages. General tab page, recruitment tab page, compensation tab page, number sequence tab page. Okay, whenever you are clicking on the tab page, automatically uh, uh, the relevant information is showing in the details template. Okay, already we have seen some forms in the classroom groups. The simple list form, it's a very simple list. Okay, only this form contains grid control and two new buttons, new button and delete button. Okay, and if you open course groups, this is also simple form. Classrooms, so this is somewhat simplest details, like this one is the simplest, and when you selected a record, automatically the data is going to be refreshed in the details pane. Okay, so these are all introduction to the forms. So we will develop according to the requirement, and we will use we will develop these kind of forms in our training program. See here, if you expand the forms node, okay, we will have the form templates. Already we have seen the master form, right? First master form, that is list page. Okay, we have seen the simple list, and also we have seen the parameter form, that is table of contents. So these are all the form templates. Whenever you select the, when you choose the template here, automatically the template will be created according to your requirement. Okay, according to your requirement, the default template will be generated. Then you can set your controls in your form automatically. So very easy. The form development is also very much flexible. And when it comes to the uh, introduction part, okay, so this is about the technical course content. In this course content, majorly we will see that about Dynamics AX product and features of Microsoft Dynamics AX, and basically we will have three kind of architectures we have. Already we have discussed in our demo, like client server architecture, and also we have a database architecture, and also we have a layered architecture. Okay, and one more time I will explain the content pane and AOT part and the project creations, and working with AOT objects, basically how we are going to create the tables, forms, and everything, like dialog boxes. These are all the form templates. You will see all the templates of the forms. See here. Okay, and form designing issues, how we are going to create the fields, action pane tabs, button controls, info parts, preview panes, and everything. We will see in the designing list, and we will have a session of to create how we are going to create the button controls. And also major important thing is relations between the tables. And Microsoft Dynamics X is completely like parent and child relation. So basically how we are going to create the relations between the table level. So we will see all the things, and also we will have a dedicated session for X++ programming. And total in this session I'm going to explain from scratch onwards the programming language and database issues. And also we have a session for SQL Server queries, DML operations, and everything we have. And these are all the date functions. Okay, and also we have a methods. Completely this is X++ programming coding part. Okay, uh, coding part. And also we have like display, action, output, menu items, and query creation. Also we have seen the info parts, right? Info parts in the design. If you open the employee form, info parts and form parts. So worker loans. Okay, when you select a record automatically, so data is going to be changed here. See, okay, Ellen Steiner. If I select Ellen Steiner, what are all the loans having the Ellen Steiner, that will be reflected here. That means already we have a form in the back end. So that form we will reflect as a info part here for quick information. So if I want to verify the Ellen Steiner loans, skills, tax registration information, so I need to go for individually these three forms in our AX environment. But if I set the three forms here, okay, whenever I have selected a record, automatically the data is going to be refreshed, and we can able to see the data at a time. Three forms information I can able to see in the info parts. And also see here, this one is the preview pane. Okay, so we will see in our training program how we are going to create info parts, how we are going to create form parts and all. Okay, and also the major thing is like reports. Reported document also we will have X++ reports and also SSRS reports. So SSRS reports will be developed in Visual Studio. Okay, and also we will X++ reports. But in 2012 product we don't have any X++ reports. Anyway, I will show you how to create a report in the X++ programming. Okay, and also security roles for users creations and accessing the permissions to users and everything we will see in our training program. And also we have a separate session for worked out examples. These are all the real-time examples. Okay, and majorly I'm going to give you knowledge on installation and configuration side also. Okay, so what are all the prerequisites for installing the Microsoft Dynamics X product and all? We have a dedicated document is available here. So in this document I have already listed out everything here. Okay, prerequisites, softwares. These are all the prerequisite softwares. And okay, softwares. And this is the procedure how we are going to install the Microsoft Dynamics X product. And these are all the required softwares, like mostly 11 softwares are required. Server OS is supported 2012 2008 R2 or 2012 or 2012 R2. MS Office is required. .NET Framework 4.0 hotfix, and OpenXML, SQL Server 2008 R2, SQL Server, cumulative update is required, Visual Studio is required, Visual Studio SP1 is required. Okay, after installing all the 10 softwares, we will go for Dynamics X installation at last. So this one is the hardware requirements. Like 160 GB hard disk is required. At least 100 GB hard disk is required to install the Microsoft Dynamics X product, and 4 GB RAM is recommended. Okay, if you have a 2 GB RAM is also, we can able to install the Microsoft Dynamics AX product, but a little bit it will be slow. And the processor, when it comes to the processor part, above the dual core is so totally the installation will take 16 hours of time. Okay, if you started the Dynamics X installation completely, it will take 16 hours of time. So this is about totally the course structure, and every day, okay, I will discuss everything like a step by step. Okay, totally this training program is completely like practical oriented. It is not a theoretical concepts, it is completely practical oriented training. So everything I will explain you, and I will show you the result, and I will write the code, and I will show you the result. So totally our training program will be practical oriented, not like a theoretical oriented. So this is about course structure. Okay, it is completely installing and configuration issues I have listed out here. Okay, so I'm done with the demo. Thank you very much.